Welcome back to Inner World Podcast, where we explore the core principles of inner strength and mindful wisdom to help you build a peaceful, sustainable, and truly meaningful life. Today, I'll be sharing with you Part 2, Session 1 of the 21-section journey titled Elevating Inner Awareness. Our focus today is on one essential topic, the law of cause and effect, karma and destiny. Why did I choose this topic today? Because I've realized a powerful paradox in society. People talk a lot about how to succeed, how to get rich, how to reach their goals. But very few talk about how to plant the right seeds, how to cultivate the right conditions, or how to receive the outcomes in the most natural and authentic way. We often speak of achievements, but we forget that every achievement starts from small seeds we plant each day. Here's the paradox. People love shortcuts to get the fruit, but they ignore the importance of sowing the seed and nurturing the conditions. They want the harvest, yet they don't want to till the soil, plant the seeds, or tend the field. That's exactly why many fall into the spiral of disappointment, burnout, and confusion. In today's video, I won't just talk about karma and cause-effect in theory. I'll take you on a very real, very practical journey to help you see this truth. Cause and effect is not just something you hear in moral tales or religious sermons. It is a universal law, clear and specific, that can be applied directly to your everyday life. You'll be guided through 4 key sections. Part 1. I'll explain why karma and destiny are 2 of the most powerful forces influencing every part of our lives, and why understanding this gives you control over your own journey. Part 2 will explore the law of cause and effect through 3 dimensions of knowledge: cosmic perspective, worldly perspective, and human perspective. And you'll discover which one is most applicable for your personal growth right now. Part 3. I'll show you how to apply cause and effect through the human perspective, the simplest and most effective way to live peacefully and purposefully every day. Part 4. I'll give you a simple, powerful formula, easy to remember but profoundly effective. It's the compass I use in my own inner development journey. Right seed plus good conditions equals desired outcome. And here's something special I want you to keep in mind. At the end of this video, I'll reveal one key principle, something that will help you plant the right seeds every day, naturally, easily, and most importantly, effectively. This final part will be the most valuable. It's the key to unlocking a life of peace from within. If you're looking for a life with less anxiety, less pressure, and less doubt, this message is exactly what your mind and soul need right now. At Inner World Podcast, I don't just speak for entertainment. I share to help you truly apply what you learn in the heart of your daily life. Because I believe that once you understand what's true, live what's true, and stay committed to what's true, your life will transform in a sustainable, lasting way. Remember, there are no shortcuts on this journey. But the path is beautifully simple. Plant the right seeds. Nurture the right connections, and you will naturally receive the outcome you desire. So right now, take a moment to set aside your distractions and give your full attention to today's journey. Because I truly believe what you're about to hear could become the turning point that helps you live more fully from within. Before we begin, I offer my deepest gratitude and reverence to the great teacher who brought this precious wisdom into my life. Now, let's begin. Imagine a boat setting off from point A, aiming to reach point B, a place symbolizing one's life goal, dream, or a self that is understood and lived in alignment. Along this journey, the boat will encounter two types of currents. When the current flows downstream. These are the phases in life where everything seems to go smoothly. Everything appears ready, and all you need to do is get on the boat. It can drift toward the destination on its own. If you simply drift with the current, the boat can still reach its destination. But if you steer the boat, that is, actively direct your own path, it will travel faster and more accurately. And if you add an engine, meaning you live with discipline and strong habits, you'll not only go faster, but also farther than expected. Remember this: when you live in alignment with your values at the right time and in the right way, life will naturally flow with you. But ease does not mean laziness or passivity. It means harmony and proactive engagement with what's working in your favor. But what happens when the current runs upstream? Now imagine the current is flowing in reverse, from left to right, back to left. Without a rower, the boat is dragged back to where it started. With a rower but no engine, the boat can still move forward, but slowly and painfully. But with both a rower and an engine, the boat can still make progress. It might be slow, but it doesn't stop. And the scariest thing isn't the upstream current, it's stopping. The moment you stop, you get pulled right back. Life is a boat with no anchor. If you're not moving forward, you're being pulled backward. In real life, haven't you had moments where you felt like you were gliding? Tasks got done effortlessly, people showed up to support you, opportunities aligned with your timing? That was you moving with the current. But there were also times when every small effort felt exhausting, when progress was elusive. You looked around and saw others moving faster, lighter, and you started to doubt, is something wrong with me? No, the problem isn't you. The issue is that you're moving upstream without realizing it. In marriage, you put in the effort to build, but a moment of neglect brings back old wounds. And parenting, years of teaching, can unravel in months of inattention. In your career, a solid foundation can be lost in one moment of distraction. Life is an endless rowing journey, and when you pause and reflect, could it be that for most of the time we're rowing against the current? So, does that mean life is just endless struggle? The answer is yes and no. Yes, if all you see is the resistance and exhaustion. No, if you understand this, it is in the act of rowing every day that your life's character is formed. Life does not promise ease, but it does promise this: those who hold the oar, those who stay consistent with their engine, will reach their destination. Don't wish for the current to change. Learn to row against it, calmly and with strength. Because when you understand the boat, you understand yourself. And when you understand yourself, you can shift the direction of your entire life, not just a single day. When we reflect on the image of the boat, you see, life by its very nature is a constant, unceasing current that operates according to invisible yet precise principles. And within that flow, there are two forces you must clearly understand. One, always present. These are not abstract or distant concepts. No, they are very real. They are just like the water your boat is floating on. Whether you acknowledge them or not, the current keeps flowing. And if you don't understand it or fail to grasp it, you'll forever be lost at the crossroads of life. If you learn to breathe through the laws, your life will flow downstream. Everything becomes easier, smoother, like a boat naturally carried by the current. You only need to steer, meaning stay aware and don't give up, and add an engine, which means applying effort and willpower. That's enough to move swiftly toward your destination. But if you stubbornly defer to the laws and criminal principles, your life will feel like a battle upstream, exhausting and relentless. Even if you double your efforts, no matter how strong your engine is, the price will be fatigue and burnout. Sometimes just letting go for a moment can pull you all the way back to where you started. And this is the most important point I want you to remember. If you understand and live in alignment with laws and principles, you will automatically begin to decode your life's journey. I believe all of us have had moments of confusion and struggle, times when, despite our best efforts, things didn't turn out as expected. It feels like flailing in an upstream current. The more you try, the more drained you feel. But let me tell you, there was a turning point in my journey where I was fortunate enough to meet some wise mentors, those I respectfully call masters, and they revealed this core truth to me. If you want your life to flow smoothly, first you must understand what kind of current you're in and what laws and principles govern it. From that moment, I began to observe my life more carefully, learn to align with the principles rather than resist them. And strangely enough, from that point forward, my life began to flow more easily. I no longer felt the need to fight everything. Instead, I learned to yield, to glide with the current. From the depths of my heart, I hope that what I share through Inner World Podcast can help you do the same. Understand the laws and principles deeply and live in harmony with them, like water returning to its source. Now you may ask me, how do I recognize those laws and principles? Your first task is not to go searching for them somewhere far away. It is to observe yourself, observe your daily life, and honestly identify what laws and principles keep repeating in your life. What are the things you resist and keep failing at? What are the things you align with that suddenly feel natural and effortless? Remember this. Not all laws and principles need to be followed at once. Prioritize the ordered because they are the proofs that influence your entire life. Once you've grasped these foundational elements, you will hold a solid roadmap in your hands, guiding you to live naturally, peacefully, and most importantly, with. Don't rush to seek answers outside, because in truth, all the answers already exist within the flowing stream of your inner world. And now, after we have journeyed together through the first three parts, from the image of the boat to the inner flow to the foundational laws and principles, I want to lead you deeper into the most important part of this entire journey. This is what will change the way you perceive every event, every relationship, every result in your life. This is the most powerful law, the most profound, and the most universally acknowledged worldwide. I am talking about the law of cause and effect, karma, and destiny. You might ask, is there really a law that governs all of life, no matter which perspective you take? The answer is yes. Astonishingly, this law is recognized not only in one field, but across all three of the greatest perspectives today: spirituality, religion, ethics. Every issue can be viewed through one, two, or all three of these lenses, science, religion, and morality. No matter which angle you approach it from, reason, spirituality, philosophical reflection, or scientific inquiry, they all point toward the same truth. Every result in your life stems from the cause you sow and the conditions you encounter. This is not empty theory. It is a real principle operating in nature and society. 1. Science acknowledges cause and effect. You can easily observe that even in science, the concept of cause and consequence is foundational to every study. When you take an action, a corresponding result will inevitably follow. When you influence any system, it reacts based on its internal dynamics. This is evident in every field, from biology to physics, from psychology to sociology. They all recognize no result appears by chance. Every outcome is an inevitable effect of previous causes. 2. Spiritual traditions recognize cause and effect. In the spiritual perspective, this law becomes even more explicit. Every religious or spiritual system emphasizes cause and effect. What you experience today is the result of actions you took in the past. What you do today will shape your future. Many people think karma is some distant concept or reincarnation idea. No, it operates in everyday life. A kind word can open the door to a wonderful opportunity. A careless action can lead to ongoing trouble. 3. Ethics acknowledge cause and effect. Even if you're not interested in science or religion, simply looking at day-to-day life will show you this law in action. The simplest ethical principles teach us. Live with integrity, and good things come back to you. Live dishonestly, and sooner or later you will face hardship. This isn't superstition, it's the natural logic of life. What should you remember? It's very simple. If you want your life to flow naturally, smoothly, and peacefully, you must begin by understanding and applying the law of cause and effect. Karma and destiny. Don't blame your circumstances, other people, or fate. Begin to recognize. Every thought you sow today is every action you take today is what you are experiencing right now are the effects of those causes you planted. Once you truly grasp this, you will feel much lighter. No more blaming, no more resentment, no more pointless expectations. You will focus on what truly matters. Nurture the right candidate. Accept the effects with calm and presence. You don't need to be exceptionally wise, nor do you need profound scholarly knowledge. Just by looking at real life, you'll realize this truth. Most things that happen in your life stem from the efforts you have sown and the conditions you have encountered. If you truly understand this, you'll recognize a profound power. If you want to receive the desired results, simply sow the right quadrants and nurture the right conditions. This means that you can fully take charge of designing your life, instead of sitting around blaming fate or circumstances. You'll focus only on the one thing you can truly control, sowing the right. So the question is no longer, do I expect from life? But rather, have I sown today? How am I nurturing the conditions? So how can we apply the law of cause and effect in a practical, concrete way in everyday life? To truly understand cause and effect, you need to rely on 3 foundational systems of knowledge. 1. Cosmological knowledge. This refers to insights about the visible and invisible aspects of the universe. Metaphysical laws, things the naked eye cannot see, but which deeply affect how life operates. If you want to explore cause and effect at this level, you need a deep understanding of belief systems, religions, and metaphysical principles like Enkaimzulo or karma. This is a vast level of knowledge that requires long-term contemplation and a spiritually open mind. Not everyone can immediately access or apply this layer of understanding. 2. Worldview knowledge. The second layer concerns knowledge about the material world and society. Laws of physics, chemistry, biology, economics, sociology, all fall under this category. To explore cause and effect through this lens, you need broad, multidisciplinary knowledge across science, technology, and sociology. To apply this layer, collaboration with experts is essential, people with deep expertise in their respective fields. For example, you can't build a 3-story house on your own without the help of engineers, architects, and skilled workers. In these areas, you can confidently understand those who are more experienced than you. 3. Humanistic knowledge. This is the most relatable and practical layer of knowledge, directly tied to how you and I behave. Interpersonal relationships, personal growth, existence, and development within society. Factors that directly influence your psychology, emotions, and daily behaviors. It's time for me to share with you a profoundly simple formula, yet one that holds extraordinary transformative power. This is the simple, secret formula for living a truly peaceful and fulfilling life. This is not a dry, theoretical concept, nor is it something lofty or out of reach. It's a formula rooted in real life, something you can apply immediately, starting today, even in the most ordinary moments of your day. Yes, life at its core operates on a remarkably simple foundation. Good cause plus positive condition equal desired result. You don't need to be exceptionally talented or extraordinarily wise. As long as you deeply understand these 3 elements, you'll have what it takes to steer your life in the right direction. 1. Sow good causes daily. Every day you have the opportunity to plant causes, and the beautiful part is, you get to choose which cause you sow. A positive thought is a good seed. A kind, sincere word is a good seed. A helpful action, an act of sharing or listening, is also a good seed. What matters most isn't whether your actions are big or small, but whether they are consistent and persistent. Like a devoted gardener, tending daily with patience and care, eventually your garden will bloom with flowers and fruit. 2. Open your heart to receive positive conditions. One thing many people overlook, it's not enough to just sow good causes. You also need to intentionally open your heart to receive positive conditions. You see, there are plenty of people who sow good causes, but, due to being closed off, stubborn, or inflexible, they miss out on the favorable conditions around them. An invitation to collaborate. A new opportunity. A sincere offer of help from someone. Positive conditions are everywhere. As long as you keep a pure heart and live openly and sincerely, they will naturally find their way to you. Sometimes conditions appear in simple, everyday forms, and if you're not observant enough, you might miss out on life's precious gifts. 3. Reap the desired result. Once you've sown good causes and welcomed positive conditions, the desired result will naturally follow. And here's the magic. You don't need to obsess or worry about the outcome. When you take care of the cause and condition properly, The result will ripen on its own at the right time, in the most natural way. It's just like growing a tree. You nurture it well, water it regularly, and give it the right nutrients. You don't have to stand beside it all day, urging it to bear fruit. When the season comes, it will bloom and bear fruit on its own. Life works the same way. The result will arrive at the right moment, and when it does, you'll experience a deep sense of peace and fulfillment, not from chasing, but from inner steadiness. My dear friend, if there is one thing I hope you remember from everything I've shared in this episode, it's this simple formula. Good cause plus positive condition equal desired result. Always remember, the cause is in your hands. The condition is shaped by your willingness to receive. The result will come as a natural gift when you live true to the first two elements. From today onward, you don't need to chase outcomes anymore. Instead, ask yourself each day, pause, did I sow today? How did I open my heart to welcome positive conditions? If you live with that question, you'll realize this. Happiness is not something distant. It begins with the simple things you are sowing every single day. And now we've come to the end of a truly meaningful journey that began with understanding the law of cause, condition, and effect, continued with how to apply it through 3 layers of knowledge, and concluded with a simple yet powerful formula that you can begin using today. As you can see, true happiness is not something distant. It's not found in superficial things, nor does it come from sweet promises or instant miracles. Happiness always begins with how you live, from the you sow, from the conditions you create, and from how you embrace the. And the most important message I want to leave with you today is this. Don't just listen and move on. Don't just nod in agreement and forget. Truly reflect on and apply what you've just heard. You have the power to choose, to continue spinning in circles, waiting for luck to change, or starting today to intentionally sow kind causes, open your heart to receive, and peacefully welcome your. And if something I shared today on Inner World Podcast has touched a part of your soul, I ask you to pause and deeply consider before clicking like, subscribe, or share. Why do I say this? Because if you believe this message deserves to be shared, then do so as if you are planting a meaningful seed in someone else's life, mindfully, willingly, and with responsibility. Someone out there may need these reminders. Maybe it's a loved one, a friend, or even a stranger who stumbles across this video and receives the spiritual gift you've just received. But only share it if you truly feel this message is worth spreading. And if this journey has brought value to you, I invite you to continue walking with me on the Inner World Podcast, where every video is a gentle reminder, a small map guiding you back to yourself. You know, life is a long journey, but every step begins with today. So then, what cause will you sow today? What condition will you create? And how will you choose to live so one day you can smile peacefully? The choice is yours. And I believe you will choose the best path for yourself. I'll see you in the next episode where I'll share the principle that can transform your life and help you discover the 7 dimensions of holistic wealth within you. Wishing you a peaceful evening.